I have a question for you today. Am I the only one that reads a chapter of the Bible and start asking the Bible questions like, what's up with that? In the Bible app that I used for devotions, the last few days I've been reading through the Chronicles and an endless list of names that I can't even pronounce. And at the end of the day, the app will suggest, talk it over. Talk it over with who? Talk it over how? I can't even pronounce these names. It reminds me of a dinner conversation that I once had with a group of people, and pride or joy, those are the secret names for my two children, by the way, pride and joy. But we were at the table together, and the conversation wasn't really going the way that I wanted it to, and I wasn't really interested in the conversation. So I looked across at the table at pride or joy, and I gave a certain signal. Well, when I got back to the hotel, pride or joy wanted to have a little family meeting with me. And she proceeded to say, Dad, when we go out to a restaurant and we're at a table with other people, and you don't like what's going on, what's being said, and you look across the table at me and you cross your eyes, Dad, people see that. Stop it. So when I read through the Chronicles, I'm sorry, I've got to be transparent here, apologetic even, vulnerable somewhat. But when I read this endless list of names, the only nonverbal cues that I can come up with are things like this. Or maybe just roll my eyes. Or like, what's up with that? Or just shake my head. Well, anyway, back to the endless list of names. What is really up with that? I've wondered every time I've read those books in the Bible, and it's not only in the Chronicles that I've been wondering, but it's caused me to pause, ponder, and come up with something. And here's what I've come up with. Number one, there's that long list of names, because in God's kingdom, everybody counts. It's the big names, it's the small names, it's the long names, it's the short names, it's the hard names, it's the easy names. The bottom line is you count, I count when it comes to God's kingdom. Number two, all of the names in the Bible, I think it really suggests to us and confirms that there is history. And many times it's His story, history. And if we're able to see further than anybody else that has preceded us, it's because we have stood on the shoulders of great men and great women, and we have history, and therefore we have an endless list of names. Because those that have gone before us have laid a foundation for us, and may all that follow us find us indeed faithful. Why all the names? Number three, each name, each one of us, each person has a split second in eternity that they can leave a mark on the planet, that we can say, I was here. I left an impression on this earth. I did something while I was here. I made a difference. I fulfilled my purpose. Number four, each name means something. When a parent chose a name for a child, they had something in particular in mind. There was a destiny that they hoped would be accomplished through naming their child. Number five, the book of Genesis chapter number 5 lists a whole bunch of names again. And it is pretty clear because each time the scripture will say, and so lived and begat so-and-so, produced so-and-so, and he died. It makes me pause and think about life when I look at the endless list of names. He was born, he grew, he lived, he begat, he died, and then the cycle continues over and over again. Number 6, the endless list of names. The scripture says in Isaiah chapter 49, verse number 16, that God has written our name on the very palm of his hand. He's engraved our name there. And number 7, when it comes to that long list of names that you and I have a difficulty pronouncing, the scripture allows us to know that there's another book that is being written. Revelation chapter 20 and verse number 15. And anyone not written in the book, that's anyone's name who is not written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire. Going back to the Old Testament, the man of God pleaded with God, if you will not forgive their sin, then I want you to go ahead and erase my name from the book that you have written. So as the cycle goes on and on, what's up with all the names? We were born, we grew, we live, we produce, and we die. And it happens all over again and again. I'm glad that my name is being written down in glory in the Lamb's book of life. God bless you.